My name is Trent Coy, and I am the cytology supervisor at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, Illinois. I work there with Dr. Ritu Nayar, and actually just recently took that position in June of 2011. Formerly, I was with the Ameripath organization in Indianapolis, working underneath Dan Moriarty.
Right. So how did you first find out about cytology?
Indiana University had a School of Allied Health, and I went to college to be a physical therapist. And when I was in the pre-Allied Health programs, cytology was one of the other programs in that school at that time. And there was a lot of people trying to get into physical therapy school, and I was concerned about that and how that would be a career for me. Plus, as far as physical therapy was concerned, I realized I wasn't probably going to be working for the NICS or something like that. That most likely I would have to work with a different patient population, and laboratory sciences seemed more appealing to me at the time. And I was very happy, yes, it was a natural fit once I could get in. So.
Great. So tell us a little bit about an interesting case or situation that you have encountered since you've been in cytology.
Oh my gosh. I've been so lucky with so many great cases. I just don't even know where to start. Interesting case, interesting situation. I think the most interesting situations have been when I was at Ameripath dealing in what we termed was esoteric laboratory, which was essentially immunohistochemistry, flow cytometry, and non-GYN cytology under one umbrella. And just the interesting situation of being able to kind of coordinate the efforts between those three modalities, really with surgical pathology as well, but the H&E and everything being processed in another area, but really manipulating it with IHC after the fact. So oftentimes, many times, more than one occasion, having a case where it was a whole, dealing with the whole piece of it and doing the flow, doing the IHC, and doing the cyto, and then having pathologists who were both heme and cyto, and the ability to put those together. Those were all just very interesting circumstances.
Yeah. So the ability to move even beyond what we would have done in traditional cytology, but to move into other more cutting edge, so to speak, laboratory medicine.
Yeah, I really am anti-silo. So if I can break down a silo without stepping on too many toes, I'll do it.
So what do you like best, Trent, about being a cytotechnologist?
Well, my favorite types of specimens are non-gynecological. However, I do enjoy sitting at the scope and screening, period, and getting that time. I think every cytotech, whether they are a very happy to do bench work consistently or moved into supervisory roles, still relish that time of just sitting and screening. It is somewhat therapeutic, I think, for even those of us who don't get to do it as often as we might like. It's kind of a nice opportunity to get back to brass tacks and have that moment. And you know, as it was put to me early on in school, you know, the colors of the path are very pretty, and it's somewhat a nice event. And then to find, you know, the abnormalities is interesting, and also, you know, you're doing a benefit to a greater good. So while you kind of have a double incentive of both being very intrigued and interested and excited that you found what you found, but then there's a purpose behind that, and the purpose is a good one.
Mm-hmm. So what's the most rewarding thing that's happened to you?
Professionally, I felt very rewarded when I was asked to be on the board of certification for ASCP. It was not something that I expected, and definitely, you know, on board of certification when I got there. Even as a cytotech, I'm very junior in my experience to a lot of my cohorts. So I felt, and the fact that they not only invited me to come and visit, but then to actually stay on the board. And next year, after Barb Frayne, I'll take the lead role in that group, and the fact that they would even nominate me for that is very rewarding and satisfying.
Great. So what do you value most about your membership in the ASC?
um, there's a lot of good value here, and it's very dynamic across a lot of different areas. Most importantly, I think it is the professional interaction with pathologists and cytotechs, which is at heart one of those things that so many of the cytotechs and pathologists relish. So it's the opportunity to come together in a professional and educational sense, not only at national meetings, but in smaller offshoots, whether it be a committee or just the chance to interact on the listserv and things of that nature. That's everybody, a lot of people have expounded over time on that unique relationship, and the ASC is a modem to keep it active and provide the opportunities, and it drives a lot of the profession, I think.
Mm-hmm. So we are celebrating our 60th anniversary next year in 2012, and so we'd like to ask if you have a memory from the ASC that you'd like to share with us.
I have a memory fog for someone in their 30s, I think. Let me think about that for a second. I guess my first meeting, because that kind of resonates with you. If you've had a opportunity to go to more than one meeting, you kind of think back to that first one that usually sticks in your head so much. I was the only student that was able to go to Sacramento from my class, so it was a nice opportunity to have kind of a one-on-one time with Bill Crabtree was my professor, and so I think just that experience of being first exposed to the ASC and being as a college kid on the other side of the country from where I lived, and that opportunity to meet people and really just sit in on those everything from the president's address to the award, people giving their stories, and the entire experience as a whole.
Wow. So do you have anything else you'd like to share with us at all today about your experience in cytology or the ASC?
Well, I very happy to see that my peer cytotechs, my cohort cytotechs, such as yourself, moving into taking further roles and being able to do things like this, which I don't know how interesting my story is, but just the opportunity is very humbling, and so I'm just excited to continue to move on, and as folks, as our mentors, essentially pass off opportunities to us to take them and essentially carry the baton forward.
All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing your time and your story with us, Trent.
You're welcome.